Chapter 8 is on project cost and quality. Now, talking about quality, we're first going to start with driverless cars. Companies have been trying to make driverless cars for about 100 years now, but it's only been the last decade or two that there's been much success. So, a software engineer at Google, who was working in the robotics division, had a best friend who died in a car accident, was hit by a drunken driver. And he decided, in today's day and age, there's so much technology, there shouldn't be any more car accidents. So he was one of the leads in the team at Google to develop a driverless car, and that company is now called Waymo. So, in addition to tech companies like Google and Apple who are trying to develop driverless cars, some traditional car companies are also doing this, including BMW, Daimler Benz, GM. New car companies like Tesla and taxi app companies like Uber are also developing driverless cars. In 2018, a driverless Uber car hit a cyclist. Her name was Elaine Herzberg, and she was pushing her cycle across a deserted highway in the dark behind a curve, and the driverless Uber had this accident. So now people have said that if there was a person behind the wheel, which there was, uh, the person wouldn't have been able to detect her in time because it was on a dark highway. There was no light; it was behind a curve, and but that's not the point. The software should be able to detect this. As it turns out, the software did detect the pedestrian. However, it marked the pedestrian as a false positive. What exactly is this? Now, quality in a driverless car depends on a balance between safety and comfort. Now, when this software is trying to look for things on the road, it might mistakenly see things like shadows or leaves or some tumbleweed going across the road and say that, oh, this might be a pedestrian. In this case, if it keeps detecting these as pedestrians, then the software will keep stopping the car. However, if you say become more generous with what can be a false positive, in this case, like the car might actually hit someone, like what happened in this case.